Russell Westbrook, who has been kicked out of L.A. now officially after playing for the Lakers briefly and really destroying the Laker roster as the Lakers unloaded a ton of complimentary players for Westbrook, who did not play well with LeBron. Then he went to the people's team, the real team in L.A., the Clips, and they have now said, bye-bye, hasta la vista, see you later, as the Clippers have traded the veteran guard to the Utah Jazz for someone named Chris Dunn. We're not sure who that is. In a plot twist, though, Russell Westbrook has already finagled his exit from Utah as he gets a contract buyout from the Jazz, clearing the way for Russ to ultimately join his final destination, at least for now, the Nuggets. He's going to be a Nugget as a free agent, so that's where he'll end up. So let us discuss the question. Does Russell Westbrook improve the Denver Nuggets? They went from champs to chumps. Does he improve the Denver Nuggets, Russell Westbrook? So I've got 1990s sketch comedy, Hogwarts, and Ice Age. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to fasten our seatbelts, as long ago Clipper broadcaster Ralph Lawler would say. Buckle up. First to 100 wins. All right, so number one. Lorena, you jumped the gun. Number one. There we go. So to answer the question, does Russell Westbrook improve the Nuggets in a tangible way? I am shaking my head no. Shaking my head no here. All the best to my friends in Denver. We've done very well in Denver over the years. We have a lot of great fans of the show in the greater Denver area and all over Colorado that like this show. In fact, I actually have a food dish named after me at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill there in Denver. Couple locations, although one of them I think was closed, but they have a Maller food dish at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill. So I'm someone that has a soft spot in my heart for Denver. But I also, when I say I wish all of the best, wink and a nod, to my friends in Denver, you all told me, all of you told me for years that Russell Westbrook was a turd burger, right? A turd burger, and he sucks, and he's terrible and all this. And now you get to enjoy this. And to me, it's like a 1990s sketch comedy show in living color. You get to enjoy the all-inclusive Russell Westbrook experience all to yourself. Enjoy. Like Russell Westbrook, at this point in his career, is not someone that gives you goosebumps when you watch him play basketball. He's got a big name, and he's got a little game. There's just a little game left. Now, he still plays like the Tasmanian Devil. I'll give him that. He can blow past defenders even at his age, and he's put some miles on the odometer. Unfortunately, he can blow by the defender, but when he gets to the rim, he often futzes around with the ball and doesn't end up putting the ball in the basket, which is a problem. And he has been unable to overcome what we like to call the sporadic malfunction in his game. That when the playoffs come around, in particular, Russell Westbrook in high-tension situations, he's like the reverse Superman. He goes into the phone booth, he changes his outfit, and he turns in Russell Westbrook turns into West Brick. Clankety clank clank. It's a brick house when he's shooting, and he was terrible. That's one of the worst playoff performances I've ever seen. Westbrook against the Dallas Mavericks. It was so painful, right? It was so painful. I wanted to pour bleach into my eyes. That's how painful it was. Now, page 2. I kid because I care. Are the Clippers making a mistake? I actually read this. There's two things that blew my mind about this Westbrook story. That the Clippers were making a mistake unloading Westbrook because they didn't get enough in return. The other thing that blew my mind was stories that were planted in the media that the Joker, Nikola Jokic, was campaigning to play with Russell Westbrook. Like, what is up with both those stories? But as far as the Clippers making a mistake, as I believe I already spelled this out. I can use French if you want. Excuse my French. Hell no. The Clippers, what they're doing right now is they're doing the hokey pokey. You put your right foot in, you shake your right foot out, you do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. It's addition by subtraction. Now, Chris Dunn is a vagabond NBA player. He is roster spam. He's a hobo, a hoops hobo. They make a lot of money doing that. He's not particularly great in any area. He's played for a lot of teams. It's not about him. It's not about him. The Clippers are undergoing a quantum leap. They are undergoing a metamorphosis here. The story for them is the same. The Clippers are in no different position than they were a year ago or 2 years ago. Right? They are at the mercy of the injury tent. My advice, Steve Ballmer is the richest owner in North American sport. He's almost got as much money as the Saudi Wellness Fund. So Steve Ballmer, what he needs to do is pay some of that money, call who you have to call, text who you have to text, email who you have to email, and visit a place I call Hogwarts. Right? You might have heard about it back in the Harry Potter days. Because get one of those healing spells that will magically improve the physical condition and, more importantly, the desire, the want, which is lacking from Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. And you don't need it in October or November or December or January or February or March. You only need that spell from Hogwarts from mid-April to late June. That's it. That's all you need. Because that's the time where Kawhi Leonard disappears and James Harden, it's well documented, that he vanishes in thin air. You're like, where did he go? I don't know. Hocus pocus. He's gone. All right, final point. We go now to the razzmatazz, the next big thing. A couple years ago, we were overwhelmed with stories about the Parisian prodigy, and he was going to turn the NBA upside down. And he played well as a rookie. San Antonio sucked, but he was really good. So the next big thing in the NBA is the incoming Duke freshman, Cooper Flagg, F-L-A-G-G, the prodigy from Maine, who was already pigeonholed as the number one overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. But his stock is said to go even higher now because he played for this U.S. Olympic select team last week, and everyone was getting all horny to watch him play basketball. So how high? It is so high, the stock of Cooper Flagg, that in Portland, down the Oregon Trail, we are told the Trailblazers are going to be bad by design. Now, the theory, of course, they're going to be bad by. They're always bad. In recent years, they've always been bad since they got rid of Lillard, which is like a year. But in Portland, we're told the Blazers are going to be bad by design in hopes of winning the draft lottery and landing the flag, planting the flag, if you will. So the Blazers tanking. It's called what is it? They're tanking. It's an intentional act, all to get draft rights for Cooper Flagg. Is this a wise approach? So that would be N plus O on this, and the math equals no, and here's why. Right? As they said in the iconic film The Ice Age, back in the day, I was much younger, it's bad juju. It's bad juju. You don't mess with the basketball gods. That's what Andrea would tell us from Berkeley. You're gargling with boiling hot water. Don't do it. What is my evidence? The old gangsters of the tank, the Philadelphia 76ers. Trust the process. Wipe my tuchus with trust the process. So the Sixers, they tanked for years. And they won Ben Simmons in the lottery. They got Joel Embiid in the lottery. And that was the booby prize, Ben Simmons. And Joel Embiid, for all of his statistical dominance, it hasn't mattered in terms of winning and going to the conference finals or the NBA finals. They haven't even made a Final Four. The Clippers, when they got Kawhi Leonard, they made a Final Four. Trust the process. Tanking did not work in Philadelphia. Is there a bigger waste of talent than the Aussie muffed-it Ben Simmons? So how's that going? I'm asking for a friend. So don't bother. Right? And didn't the Detroit Pistons intentionally lose games with Monty Williams to try to get the lottery at the top pick, even though this year's draft wasn't supposed to be very good? They thought they were going to get the number one pick, and they didn't. So listen, if you're going to get the number one pick, that's fine. Don't mess around. And unless this is all just professional wrestling. Maybe it is. Right? They rigged the lottery. I'm convinced from what I've heard for Patrick Ewing going to the Knicks. And the Knicks didn't win anything back in the day. And then for some reason San Antonio kept winning the lottery several times. They tanked. That worked out for them. But generally speaking, it does not work. It is the Ben Maller Show. If you'd like to comment on any of this, you are more than welcome to join us. Speakeasy rules are in effect. We'll get to the glitch coming up in a little bit. We're also on X at Ben Maller. That is at Ben Maller if you'd like to be part of the program. And some wishful thinking mixed with body braggadocio. We'll get to all that, and we will do it next. However, dramatic